Everyone, kind of a different post today just because I'm not going to be showing any workflows. I'm not even going to be sharing my screen. I am just going to talk a little bit about what we're seeing in Outbound for 2024. And I would even shorten that to Outbound in Q1, Q2 of 2024, and some things that we have learned. I maybe have talked about these things, but this all got sparked because I was talking with a venture capitalist in my network, and they made this huge Outbound document. And in my opinion, they were missing these three things. They included many versions kind of hitting on these things, but I wanted to make these things explicitly clear. And so the three things that I think that they were missing about Outbound in 2024 is that one, those that give more make more. Two, long sequences are completely dead. And three, testing value propositions is maybe more important than testing triggers and all this other craziness. So this video is literally just going to be me talking about this, which might be the first time I've ever made a video like this. So let me know if you want more takes like this. But anyway, so one, those that give more make more. So I am sure if you've been watching the channel, you know that I'm a big fan of Alex Hormozi. He came out with a book called $100 Million Leads. Everybody should read it. The main thing that he talks about is that if you want to get more leads, you need one, a great offer, which is what he talked about in his book, but in his first book, or $100 million offers wasn't his first book. The other thing is that you should be having these mini offers called lead magnets. And so the best lead magnets are things that you can give for free or you can do for free that the prospects know other people are charging for. So one lead magnet we have in the agency is, for some people, we'll just set up inboxes for them on their behalf for free. So I'll take the hit. I'll pay the $100, $150, whatever it is. We'll set up inboxes and, they can start using them within our Smart Lead account and all that other stuff, right? Another thing we'll do is give away 5,000 contacts in their ICP for free, and we'll validate all of the emails. Sometimes we'll even throw in some bubble phone numbers depending on what our clay credits are looking like that day and all those things. See how in both of these cases, these things are other companies who are genuinely charging for this. Like, they know that this costs money. So this isn't my pre-recorded webinar. It's not that 53-page document that there's still people viewing that document 3 months after I wrote it, and I've only posted about it twice. I know that document's valuable, but I'm still not using it as a lead magnet because people just see that stuff and they say, they're just trying to get me to view something. A great lead magnet is always something that people know other companies are charging for and you're giving away for free. And so our newest partner, Hans, was looking at our past campaigns and he said, hey, what can we replicate here? And I was like, hey, this is tough. 17 out of the 20 of these campaigns all offered something for free. And even though we recommend that for all of our customers, not all of our customers really can offer something for free, which I totally get. I completely understand. One of our customers, the only way they can provide value to a company is after they integrate with your entire CRM, with their entire ERP, with your entire stack. And then you have to use it for like a week and then you start getting value out of it, right? So I completely understand that. But I always push them. There's got to be something that you can offer for free, right? And those campaigns really, really crush in comparison to the other campaigns. So number two, long sequences are dead. I will die on this hill. I do not understand how anybody thinks sending a 7-email sequence makes any sense by any stretch of the imagination at all. Bar none. I would even fight you to say anything over 4 emails is too many emails in a sequence as well. I really, really, truly believe this. And so for everybody watching this saying, but I get all of my positive responses on email 6, the rest of your sequence is garbage then, I guess. Because every single campaign we run, and I don't care what you say, every single campaign we run, the number one performing email is email 1. And if we ever find that a different email is performing better in the sequence, we have always taken that email, whatever the core of that message was, moved it to email 1, and then it outperformed the other email 1. So I will say, broad statement to anybody, email 1 should be your best performing email in your sequence. And if it's not, if you were to take whatever is working in email 3 and make it email 1, it would perform even better. And so I think there's a lot of reasons for this. One email one is just your best performing campaign. So why would you waste your email sending volume following up with some dude for the fifth time, or woman following up with some person for the fifth time, and they've already seen your offer 5 times and they haven't responded, versus having a choice of reaching out to somebody completely net new? Why would you ever make that choice? So right now we're sitting at, like, most of the time we're sending 3 email sequences right now, just because we're coming in and we're saying we're giving the offer, and then whatever we didn't have time to say in the first email, we're digging into and we're giving more context about the outcome in the second email. And then in third email, I pretend to send them a completely net new email. I don't follow up to the last one. I just try to recreate that first email experience all over again. And if we were talking about saving time in the first and second email, we'll talk about saving money in the third email, or we'll just go in a completely different direction with the value propositions. And so that's kind of how we structure it. And why would I keep hammering somebody on that? The other thing is your data is going out of date. So if you pulled your data and you're reaching out to these people for a particular reason, by email 5, it's like not relevant. Like whatever data you pulled isn't relevant anymore. You also don't have anything new to say in the emails. You're just rehashing the same stuff, and then you're just becoming annoying at that point. And so, yeah, that's another reason I don't like it. The other thing is that if you're sending, 8 emails in your sequence, and you get to email 6 and you're like, oh, but people positively responded to this one. I promise you, for every measly positive response you get on email 6, there are 10 times more people marking you a spam and unsubscribing from your sequences. So, like, that's just like, I fully, that's just what's happening, right? So you're just killing your email domain the more that you follow up with these people. And then the thing is you can still get 7 touch points with all of these customers. But what you could do is you can run through your entire list first, send them a 3 email sequence, learn from it, refresh the data, refresh the copywriting, and then run through these people again with another 3 email sequence. And you're still going to get, I know I said 7, but you're still going to get 6 touch points there. Why throw them in a sequence where, again, you can't say anything new? There's no more interesting insights you can give. You're just automating the crap out of these people. And so that just has never made sense to me at all. And so finally, the thing that is probably the most interesting for us, and we're rebuilding our entire onboarding infrastructure to be able to handle this, is that testing value propositions, I think, as we get more into what we're doing now, is more important than the triggers. So I know all of my videos up to this point are about workflows and AI and data scraping. We could get this trigger and we could say this thing. And we're just finding that the company, so we have 3 situations in the agency. Either we work with a company and it works, the very first thing that we try works, which is great. That's what we want with everybody. Or we have a situation where the first things that we try don't work, and then the company, they want to move on to other channels, and I completely understand that, and more power to them. Or they say, hey, we really like your guys' work. Let's keep trying, and let's keep trying to find something here. And so we go on this path of like testing and testing and testing and testing. And very few times have we ever found a trigger that really made the value proposition shine better versus just testing better value propositions. So like there's this one company that they do AI customer support for e-commerce companies. Like you can call in and the AI will handle the customer support phone calls. And so we tested 8 things before we found the thing that worked the best. And it wasn't a trigger, it was a value proposition. And I would say that happens more often than, like, one time we had this company that basically, there's not a whole lot of different ways that you could say their value proposition. It's basically down the middle every time. And so then for that company, we found that when we reached out to founders who have never been founders before, people really responded to that messaging. And so, that, like, so I know I gave one example of value proposition testing and one example of triggers, but I have to say what we see more often is we find the value proposition that people care about. For every time that a campaign goes from a losing campaign to a winning campaign, I would say it has to do with the value propositions and offers far more than it does the triggers. And so, like I said, we're rebuilding our entire onboarding process to make that happen. So anyway, these are just 3 things that are kind of on my mind about Outbound right now that I think I just wanted to share with everybody. I never do videos like this, so comment if you want, 1, if you even watch this whole video, but 2, if you'd want to see more videos like this. This is kind of what we're thinking about right now. So I appreciate you watching. Thanks so much.